So you actually want to make the world a better place. Well, there are several steps to this, right? You can't just start off by writing a manifesto of some kind and, you know, expressing your wishes for the future of what you wish upon society. Um, giving promises about the achievements that any and every country could have by applying your approach or your method of progress or your way of thinking. No, you have to think about. You can't just also write a law or write a new constitution and then hope that it will get some influential people interested or the people interested in actually voting on it and applying it. For that, you actually have to get people on board, not just in a pamphleteering way, not just in a short term electoral campaign or something like that, but actually in a long term commitment. Constitutional change that is durable requires this huge cultural background, backdrop, um, going through, trickling through all levels of your culture, um, before it actually on the ground level it actually makes a law appealing or a constitutional change appealing, especially in a country like Switzerland. Um, then, you know, if you want to actually create cultural change, you can't just become, I don't know, a teacher and, go on um, having sets of classes to students you're hopefully influencing on your new cultural ideas or something. You actually have to create, you know, and use media to um, garner attention and have original ideas that can be transmitted in stories, right? Stories. You also just can't simply be a journalist, You can't simply. There have been influential journalists, of course. There have been influential teachers, teaching gurus or whatever, founding their own schools, systems, and so on. But you actually have to get those people on board that do the educational politics too, and then in talking about the different levels, the different stages, that's just one step of the way, and really, what's giving you somehow some uh, influence upon culture by just being, uh, by just talking to people one on one, right? You need a group of people to help you, and co-create would be a good way to do it, right? In co-creation, create new stories for your criticisms of your culture, but also new narratives to feed cultural exchange, right? Around things that people find worth talking about, worth listening to, worth repeating, worth singing about, worth watching, and so on. And prior to that, I mean, how do you get something like that done? How do you really need to be informed, not just about your own skill, but you have to be informed about the world. You have to be informed about history, understand politics because of, based on the empirical study of history, understand humans, to have something interesting to say to other human beings. I think you really need to understand humans. And in order to do that, you have to have a sound approach to studying history, to studying humans. You have to have a sound approach to formulating your stories as well, but to fact and fiction, to both of them. For that, you have to be literate, right? Start with literacy. You have to be quite well read. You have to, put effort in and have the self-discipline to read at all, right? You have to learn different languages. You don't have to learn different languages, but most people will have to learn English. Most people will have to learn some other language just in order to get access to the things that they find could actually change the world. So since you understand that there are steps to this, you can't simply stop and have an academic career of obsessing over one subject matter. You can't simply sit and ponder theoretically some kind of future society. You have to really be in exchange with and have experience of all kinds of levels at which society is supposed to become better, right? In your imagination, your directionless imagination, you can apply it. You have to apply it to all kinds of things, and in order to get the experiences that inform you of and correct you and make you actually change the world for the better, in a pragmatic sort of way, to make it possible at all for you to make the world a better place, rather than just making it a worse one, or making uninformed decisions, creating unintended consequences, leading to unwanted